Do you want to go from being a good reader to a great reader? Okay, buckle up. You're about to get some tips.
I just want to start by congratulating you on all of the hard work you've been doing. You have a dedicated reading spot, you're talking about books, and might I add, you're talking about books really, really well. And you've turned up the volume doing all of this wonderful thinking work in your books. You might have been thinking that reading some days feels really easy, really smooth, but then other days reading feels really challenging. And something that's really important for us to remember as readers is that we can't give up whenever things get tough or when things get tricky. It's important that we take on those tricky and challenging days with grit. Today, I want to teach you that it often takes grit to be a great reader. You can become a great reader, but going from good to great as a reader takes working with resolve, working with grit. So today, I was thinking we could do a little work thinking about ourselves. We could take some time to look at the patterns in our own reading lives to decide if we are working with grit. Today, we're going to take a reading grit test. That's why I asked you to grab your paper and pen. Today, we're going to think about ourselves as readers, thinking how much reading we're doing every day. Are we reading at least 20 pages a day? Am I reading a lot more than what feels required of me? Am I filling out my log truthfully? Does my log show that I read at least 30 minutes a day? Am I finishing books that I start? Am I trying books that are unusual for me, new genres? Am I sometimes picking books that feel challenging? Am I pushing myself as a reader? Do I have goals for my reading? Am I trying out text so that my voice feels smoother? Am I envisioning? Am I predicting? And then, am I setting goals for myself and then keeping those in mind as I read? Readers, we can take this grit test to help figure out if we are really giving our max effort in our reading. Now, with that being said, we can then think about, how would I score myself on this test? Readers, when we're scoring ourselves, it could be that we're thinking about whether it sounds very much so like me, somewhat like me, or not like me at all. So here in a moment, you're going to go back to our questions, and on our document, we're going to give ourselves a score of 0, 1, or 2 for each of these questions.
All right, friends, you all are going to try that, and I'm going to give you lots more information, details, and some tips on how to make this effective for you to go from good readers to great readers. So watch the next video and then complete the assignment.